All right, guys. So I had a tough time sleeping last night because I think I'm about to say something that I very well could regret. But if we're being honest with ourselves, after last night's Astros 9-5 loss to the Baltimore Orioles, their second straight loss, they're now half a game up on the Rangers and Mariners in the American League West. I feel like it's time to say it. I feel like it's time to do it. And we played with this earlier in the year, and then, as they always do, they pulled us back in. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But I've got to be bold. I've got to tell it like it is. I've got to deliver you the truth. I've got to say things no one else is willing to say. As the preeminent baseball mind, baseball scholar in the city of Houston, don't get mad at me, but I'm having a hard time seeing the Houston Astros win the World Series this year. Whoa, we have air raid sirens for this? Sean, what's...
You don't believe in the Houston Astros?
Well, hang on. Because I'm not saying they can't win the World Series, Sean. I'm saying I don't think they will win the World Series. And more importantly, more specifically, I'm saying I'm having a hard time seeing them win the World Series. That's okay, right?
It's almost worse.
It's almost worse?
It's almost worse.
How is it almost worse?
Because now you're doing all this hedging and this, I don't know, blah, blah, blah.
But
are you in or are you out?
No, we don't live in a black and white society.
You're either with us or you're against us.
You sound like Pinche on Twitch.
Yeah, we're at war with the Seattle Mariners and with the on two fronts.
Right.
Well, actually, they're both kind of north, but still, one's more west.
But this is okay. Hang on. So if we're going to talk about two fronts,
both north fronts,
and I don't want to compare the Astros to Nazi Germany. But
oh my God!
What?
Well, no, that's what the Twitter Houston Asterix account.
Just hang on. For. The Western Front. If that's the Texas Rangers, okay, like that's France and England. The Eastern Front with Stalin and the broke-ass Russians, that's the Mariners. The Orioles feel like the United States entering World War II. Damn, that was a great historical reference on the fly. I'm not questioning their ability to win the AL West. I still think they're going to win the AL West. I still think they're going to make the playoffs. But you got to get through that. And then you got to get through the Braves. And let's just go through all of the issues for the Astros right now. Hey, look, Hunter Brown's on the mound again. And guess what? Even though he threw 5 no-hit innings in his last outing, he allowed 7 earned runs. Okay, this Ryan O'Hearn guy. Jeez, he's scary. Maybe he's just on the hottest of all hot streaks, seeing as he had 7 straight hits and 7 straight at-bats.
Ryan Barry Bonds O'Hearn.
Barry Bonds O'Hearn. He really is. It's like John Dowd at MVP Baseball 2005. Who the hell is this? Oh, yeah. That's the person they put in the game instead of Barry Bonds because they couldn't get Bonds to agree to licensing. But look. Hunter Brown, Christian Javier, like you don't even know who your number 3 starter is going to be come postseason. So there's that. I've talked about the issues with the pitching. in the bullpen, who do you trust right now? Brian Abreu when he's healthy, Hector Neris. That's it. You don't trust Phil Maton. You don't trust really anybody else out there. And worse, because the offense is holding firm in the pocket, is carrying its weight. But worse is the BS that you saw last night, where the Astros are just pissing on themselves, puking themselves, whatever you want to say. Jose Altuve gets thrown out trying for second on a pitch in the dirt in the third. Bregman hits a home run right afterwards. 1 run off the board. Mauricio Dubon, after getting on a base on a leadoff error in the 5th, he gets caught off of second base, tagged in a rundown. I don't know, Mauricio Dubon, maybe truck stick the guy if we're going to be better with our base running. And then you had in the 6th inning, Phil Maton, Jose Abreu going after James McCann's 6th inning squeeze bunt for the second straight game where it's used down the first base line. Everyone ends up safe. Kyle Tucker doesn't throw home. He throws to third. I don't think he would have gotten the guy out at home, but he overthrows Alex Bregman at third base. One game thing? Maybe, but I took a look at the advanced numbers per Fangraphs, and yeah, pitching wins championships, and yeah, bats help win championships, but the fundamentals right now, I looked at the numbers for statistics I have never heard of before, so keep this in mind.
Looking for good stuff, or just give me something, statistics I've never heard of. In
Sean,
my time of need.
I'm trying to quantify where they're at when it comes to base running and fielding, because for anyone who's watched the majority of these games, it feels worse than last year.
So when most people in their lives, they look for answers, they go to like the Bible or some
I go to
sort of
Fangraphs.
You go to Fangraphs. Okay.
Fangraphs is a good website for what it's worth.
What's the never mind.
I'll spill the tea here. Base running runs above average. I don't know what that means, but the Astros are 22nd in baseball with a negative 6.1. Stolen bases and caught stealing runs above average. They're 20th with a negative 2.6. Again, I don't know how those stats work, but those seem suboptimal. They're definitely below average. Fielding runs above average. 17th with a negative 1.7. Fielding and positional adjustment combined above average. 16th with a negative 18.8. Look, no idea how you get to those numbers, but that seems to confirm what we saw last night. This team is not good at fielding. This team is not good at running the bases. This team is struggling in just about all pitching categories. And here you are losing 2 games against a team that might just be better than you. Not freaking out. Sky's not falling. But, and we did play the air raid alert, I'm having a hard time seeing the Astros win the World Series. I'm too much of a coward to say they won't win the World Series, but I mean, I'm close.
Here. You know what? Someone on the show will say it.
You're going to do it.
The Astros will not win the 2023 World Series. Boom. There you go.
Damn.
Not
Sean,
gonna
I
happen.
can't believe you said that.
Nope.
Come on, man. What if we end up on freezing cold takes for this?
I'd be okay with that, frankly. That's what makes it so easy to say. Is that what's the worst? I'm wrong? The Astros won the World Series. No, I think because of everything. I mean, this has kind of been something that's been, slowly brewing all season for me. Is that like this team just whatever the it that the 2017 team, last year's team, even like the 2019, 2021 teams had, this team just doesn't have it. This team there's something, they just cannot play consistently good baseball.
Right.
And now, last night, the last like week or so, the wheels are kind of starting to come off. It's just that the other teams in the division's wheels are like a little shaky as well. But between all the errors and like just dumb mistakes that the Astros make, they didn't used to make those mistakes. I'm old enough to remember when the Astros didn't make those kind of mistakes. I'm also old enough to remember when they made a lot of those mistakes. But there's just something with this team that you hear Alex Bregman talk and there's obviously something different with this team.
Speaking of Alex Bregman, here was Alex Bregman in the clubhouse after the game.
No, I don't think anyone's trying to do too much. I think we're not executing. We
is it kind of confounding? You guys have been so good just with the fundamental aspect of the game. Is it kind of confounding that this is coming up at this point of the year?
Well, I just think we have to do everything better. I think we've had to do everything better all year. And it's time to start doing it better.
Huh.
We have to do everything better. Oh, cool. There's like 10 games left in the season, and then we've had to do things better all season. That is this team is not the old teams.
The players-only meetings haven't worked.
Too.
Does this classify as a State of the Union meeting where Alex Bregman's calling everybody out? Some people were wondering, who's Alex Bregman calling out here? And of course,
Everyone.
A lot of people are like, Dusty Baker, of course.
No, it's probably, I don't know, 20 other guys. It's like the Sosa guy who came in and pitched last night. That's like the only guy. It's like, you honestly, we don't know you enough to know, like, you're not part of the problem.
He's good, though. 1 2/3. Hell yeah. His ERA 7.74, probably down from whatever it was before that, significantly.
I saw Branham tweet out, like, can he be the third starter?
Yeah, then I saw Michael Schwab too, like, oh, he doesn't classify or something like that.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Michael. We appreciate your aggregation
thanks for reading
services.
the room there.
Baseball Insider. Look, some people on the Twitch are calling me out. Dr. Dre on 290 says, have some faith. Remember when they swept the Braves earlier this year? Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Also, like, again,
I felt great about that sweep, but that was a long time ago.
Again, they're not going to be able to play the Braves this year. Unfortunately, the Braves will not be on their schedule anymore.
Well, look, if they get to the World Series,
They have to play the D-backs.
This
even
is
worse.
Sean, this is why I'm saying they won't win the World Series. They have to get there, and I'm having a hard time seeing them get there. And then when they get there, I'm having a hard time seeing them win it. Like, a lot has to go well for them, and you can have faith based off of last year. You can have faith based off of a lot of things, but I don't think everyone shares the faith right now. There are some people on the Twitch that have it. Credit to you. Believe me, as a non-religious person, I wish I had faith. But what you're seeing of late does not say, hey, you got to have faith. You know, George Michael style.
No. You look at this, like, to win in the playoffs, you have to play, like, 15 straight. Actually, no, probably more than that. You have to play, like, 20 straight, like, high-level, high-intensity baseball games where you have to be on your A game for the majority of them. Mm-hmm. The Astros have not done that. They've lost 2 out of 3 against the A's, and then they backed it up, losing 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, and now they've lost 2 straight against the Orioles, or did I say Royals? And then
Royals. Royals, Orioles, A's. What's the difference?
The best they can do, a lot of L's. The best they can do is salvage 2 out of 3 against the Orioles. Like that.
Nice.
That is the state of this team right now. It's I don't know. It's
and look, to piggyback off of where I am at, where I'm too much of a coward to say they're not winning the World Series, where Sean Mapes is actually at saying they're not winning the World Series.
Not too much of a coward.
I put up a tweet at Gallant Says Pod because I talked about this last night as well. In the immediacy of that loss, 9-5 to the Orioles. How confident on a 0 to 10 scale are you that the Astros will win the World Series? 7.5 to 10. Hell yeah. 6%. Sure! Exclamation point. 5 to 7.5%. Or excuse me, 5 to 7.5 on that scale. 6%. Not feeling it. 52%. That's 2.5 to 5. Nope. Blah, 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 blah. 0 to 2.5, 36%. So most people aren't feeling it, and there might be a little bit of a Seattle contingent that's sneaking in here and making votes. I will admit that, but it's hard to have faith right now. If you can bring me back, please, I would love an intervention right now.